being clipped quite a bit for one of their members by the side of the Xaviers. But are they going in for more the rush later? But I'm not sure. I think the Xaviers had enough. It's okay. They got themselves 4 elimination points. They don't want to jeopardize way too much. It's too much at stake. It's best to actually hop into a different compound, get themselves a better loot to work with getting more utilities on their side as well.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, you don't need to go greedy mode, right? You get 4 eliminations, 1 whole squad. I mean, that's the best start anyone can ask for. Plus, they didn't lose anyone. And looking at Rabbit's life, like it doesn't go up. So that means that they don't have enough utilities. They're not willing to sacrifice any more of their life or trade up any more of their life with their opponents. So it's a good idea to actually move. And if they were to move into boot camp, it will be mamma mia for them.
If only there's a big if there. If only anybody sees boot camp, which is so lonely and nobody loves them.
Oh,
but you know what?
sounds familiar.
Maybe the next stop, if they want to stop by, it's not impossible for M42. On the other hand, well, lucky enough, they didn't actually bomb into any other teams like how they used to. I'm surprised they actually found a spot that has nobody actually taking it. Nobody's actually habitating it. So M42 finally can have a bit of a peace in mind when they are looting.
Yeah, M42 finally. There was already 2 rounds. Like round number 1 was Pochinki. Round number 2 it was let's see, somewhere in the middle. And good thing at least round number 3 they have like, okay, no one is going to challenge them for any spots that they want to take. But they seem to be playing really, really safe though. You can see them walking along the sides, not taking big risks, but can't fault them. I mean, they are in the middle of the table right now. They could use a couple more points, and it's okay to play safe.
That's what the pro players been having in their mind. It's all about survival, like it or not. When it comes to, I mentioned this multiple times, content creators go for the eliminations, they go for the kills, they want the glory when they're streaming and making their contents. But for when you are in a pro tournament, a pro league, in a high tier game standards, it's all about the surviving. As long as you survive, you can shut down anybody in the very last few circles. If you actually being eliminated quite early on, you shut down your own possibility to move forward. So why jeopardize it? Why put that at stake? Might as well play a bit more safe, especially the one that actually in the middle bracket and the second page here. We're talking about them. One mistake that happened, and definitely it's going to be an accident. It can cause the whole team to be wiped out entirely and just lose their spot in the grand finals, which just one more day to go. This is not a league that needs so many days to actually fight against each other. It's only 3 days of grouping.
Yeah, this is not really a sprint as well. So this is more like a 400-meter rather than a 100-meter run. So it's just somewhere in between. But nevertheless, Genesis Esports, this team is the team to watch out for. Okay, right now, Genesis Esports, they have 50 points. Doing fairly well. I do expect to see them going on to the next round. And I really want to see if Genesis Esports can do well in the finals later on. But did we just see moonwalking happening? So it's going to be MUGEN against Genesis Esports in this compound. Let's see who gets the first blood.
Trying to spot the position first, while Vax rotating the other way around, but Genesis being founded. MUGEN start to shoot, and there goes the rest of them are big in a panic mode as we saw their perspective just now. Notice that's the end of it. What a clean execution coming out from Virgil, and they're just gonna rush it if they want to. For MUGEN, they're really in the need of. They are desperate enough to push this much. You usually see them quite conservative back then, but this time it's very different.
Yeah, this time they want the points in the bag because they need the points. They need to get out of the bottom 4. They are close to the bottom 4, but now they need to fight against Genesis Esports. Genesis Esports, the team that's only left with only 2 team members going up against MUGEN. Jerome is starting to move in. Of course, Jerome is an experienced player. Virgil almost going down to WT17, and he's still alive. He can still reset, but Master will need to give him cover fire from the other angle.
Oh, this is the classic, what a rookie mistake done by the side of Genesis.
Wait, what? What? What was he doing there? Why can't he revive inside? Why can't he heal up inside? Jerome takes a couple of shots onto the other side, cannot connect, but then again, Genesis goes out 15th place, no elimination points for them. But what was he doing on the outside? Why couldn't he heal up inside?
That's one mistake. Another mistake is that's a rookie mistake. I have to say it out loud. They just won themselves a last chicken dinner, and now they're one of those teams that actually went out quite early on, the second earliest to actually go out from this, and this is going to affect their overall rankings. And not just that, the fact that they've been closed in and been cornered, instead of spread out and making more room for the team to play with, they actually go into one building and making such a tiny space for them to actually take covers. And worst part, I don't think they have enough utilities to actually have smokes or actually grenade to work with to actually create an opportunity to exit out and disengage. And now MUGEN is making the same mistake. Infinity gonna charge and rush in and straight making sure the house is being kept clean. Now Infinity is going to be running gun, getting all the victims and making sure they got more points to secure and getting that #1 spot to compete with their own countrymen FAZE.
The moment you finish your sentence, that's where MUGEN is eliminated. I mean, Infinity, who's going to stop them? They are such a consistent team. Now, and the circle is going to be a kind circle this time. Yesterday we got a really challenging circle, but this time it's going to be centered around the areas of bootcamp. And speaking about bootcamp, the place that has a lot of loot, a lot of utility, now we see 2 teams inside of bootcamp. Will there be more teams joining them? Let's wait and see. But on the southern side, I see another team tanking out the zone. Probably going to go for the healing game later on.
Bootcamp is the last place. That's interesting. It feels like Pachinki is the last place, sort of, when it comes to Sanhok, right? But I think some teams regret that they didn't actually try and get Bootcamp at first, since it's very vacant in the first few circles. Nobody actually took that into the equation, actually make it a drop spot. But here comes ADDFRIEND. I don't think they actually have anybody to fight against. We do have some cruising team here. Eagle Esport taking the boat route, going on the other side from Bantai, straight on the eastern, maybe gonna take the boat all the way to its, not sure, bootcamp, maybe, possibly. That's a very long journey, but apparently they're going out into the other side of the map here, so I'm not sure if that actually will work out right for them. But maybe they just need extra compound to loot with, possibly.
Yeah, they could use a good empty compound the moment they land. But let's see if they can find that. But it depends on the circle as well. So now the second circle shows itself, but we'll be showing the circle really soon. I'm curious to know where it shifts. Will it still be in the middle, or will it be on the side? Now, talking about the middle, looking at the mini-map, this place could still be in the circle. So we have 9. Together with M42, the 2 teams that still struggle in this tournament. And they're just side by side, 20 points, 16 points. They need more.
You know, looking at M40 and 9, both teams kind of have the same situation where both of them are a bit reluctant and hesitant to make a first move. So we might just see a bit of a staring contest here, possibly. Unless I do believe that Few might start the first move here, because we do know Few, when it comes to getting aggressive, he will go there if he needs to. If he's desperate enough, he will actually take that leap. But Infinity taking out on BOAH Gaming, who supposedly got himself that chicken dinner yesterday, but now didn't turn out so well, as FAZE. FARANG will also fight, on the other hand, around Hartin on northern side of the map.
And just look at the teams on the outside as well. So on the southern side, we have YANGON, GALACTICOS. They may go for the healing game. I won't be surprised if they do that, because fights just isn't their thing so far. And on the right side, the Eagles, they might land around the areas of Camp Bravo and move straight in where it's the most vacant in the circle so far. Other teams, just because the circle is fairly kind, most of them are in it.
I have a feeling Eagles might just drop into Cow all the way, though. Feels like it. They want to dodge and, you know, avoid any complications towards the circle as much as possible. But Percival taking on GEEK fan positions. I'm not sure. I don't think 9's the type that actually try to shoot first, because they're a bit, how do I say it? We can feel their confidence level is not as high as the other teams. There's just randomly shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more like
They're
a
just
random
saying,
shot.
that was just hi, and
Mm.
Geek like, okay, we're not gonna touch you. We definitely know that you don't want us to fight you, so we're just gonna part ways and be happy about it and just live for another day.
Or part ways and be happy. Sounds like my previous relationship. But yeah, Geek Fam, moving on to better adventures, I guess. Moving into boot camp, in fact. So earlier we saw like there are two teams in boot camp. Geek Fam could be the third team in boot camp. If they go straight in, they could bump into. I'm not sure if M42 is still there, but if they're still there, it could be a fight inside of boot camp. And if fights happen, it is still
I
fairly
don't think they're the
early.
top that want to fight though, honestly.
Yeah, no. Because
I'm
it's
gonna be blunt
30.
about it. I don't think M42 will start the fight first unless they're
Mm,
being rushed in. That's the thing. Sometimes it's just instead of taking it as a problem, they can actually take it up as an opportunity to actually gain more points. But I think,
mm,
are they confident enough to take up the points here?
mm. Yeah, that would be the question mark, really. I mean, looking at their condition at this moment, they just need to gather as many points as possible. So even if it means just playing safe, getting a top 5 with very few eliminations, that's okay. Do what Yangon is trying to do at this round.
Oh, we're down to teams that are actually just gonna be waiting for the next circle to pop. Well, the Xaviers, I have a feeling that Infinity and also FAZE, including the Xaviers, these three teams will be the ones that actually hop, compound hopping, I called it. We're trying to find as much loot, plus also if there's elimination points in the back, why not? Might as well just take it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, if you can gather a few, why not? But looking at the circle again, so it's going to be a fairly kind circle, unless it goes to that small little island just on the outside of boot camp. Then that'll be funny. But for now, I think it's going to be kind of okay. But I did see, but true story though, I did see recently, like in a scrim, the circle ended up in that small island just on the northern side of boot camp. That was hilarious.
No way.
I know the odds are like 1,000,000
That's
to 1.
crazy. That's insane. How do you play on top of that small island? That's like what? 10 by 10 meters, and you have like, imagine you have 10 teams with what? All full teams still in there. That's crazy. But like, if you notice, actually, just now we did see a bit of a glimpse of boot camp. Did I not warn you that there's nothing gonna happen between 9 and also M42? Definitely nothing is happening. Even though Geek Fam just squeeze in between them, they just peacefully settle in and make peace with all the teams that just rush in. They're not gonna start to take a fight or whatsoever.
So now boot camp is a peace camp. Yeah. But Infinity doesn't think so. Infinity is still going around shooting everyone. If you notice from earlier, Infinity is like always on the elimination feed.
Oh, they are the ones that are trying to gain as much point as possible because they are not the one that actually sit quietly and wait. They make their destiny. They don't wait for their destiny and fate. But on the side of Logan, there goes the toss of all the utilities to fish them out. Making sure to flush them and getting out from the compound, but they're still not taking it. Farang just gonna stand his iron will on their side.
Oh.
Infinity Miller made a mistake going in for the rush first, but the rest of the team is trying to help him, but a bit too soon for Mela.
A little bit of a reckless move there by Mela, but yeah, it just happened. Nevertheless, Infinity, they still have Logan at the forefront. Two of the other team members from Infinity way behind though. Bear goes down to Mart from BOAH Gaming, and Farang SG, they managed to fend off Infinity. So Infinity is now retreating. They will continue this game, continue this round with 3 team members, but Logan goes down to Cabo.
Farang start to move. When they're being pushed into corner, they will be quiet at first if you don't touch them, but once you touch them, they're gonna bite you back. That's what Farang have in this kind of case and scenario. Require him going in for the elimination, possibly maybe get into the circle first, making sure one pair of them getting that safe place while the others trying to make sure nobody's chasing them and following them from behind. They got Logan knocked down though. I'm not sure if they rush in to go for the execution or will they just build it out, because it's a waste. They got one knock, definitely. That's an opportunity that might be missed.
Yeah, they should have just went for it, but maybe it's also sometimes you know that, oh, it's the Infinity. Like, even if they're like 4 4v3, you'd be like, no, it's the Infinity. No, we're not just gonna do that just because it's Infinity.
I mean, like, that's the opportunity for you to actually take up the challenge to see if you are good enough. But like we mentioned previously, it's too much at stake. So maybe it's a good thing for them to think about survival. But back about survival, ADDFRIEND is holding around this edge of the circle, hoping the circle will pops around here. But they will not be favored at all, and they have to actually move forward. But if they want to, they can gatekeep it for a bit, as some teams like YG try to pass through. But you didn't mention about why you might play as a healing game. I'm not sure how many mech kits or first aids they still have in hand.
Yeah, I'm curious to know right now, but let's see if it will be significant or not, because they need to fight against ADDFRIEND, who's currently gatekeeping them. Star-Lord at the forefront, and at the same time, 30 more seconds before the zone closes in, Loki will toss out the nail onto the other side. And Loki with only 2 first aids. Not too sure who's holding the majority of it. Blinks with only 1. So it's either Tamyo or Hein. We'll need to wait and see. Once our camera goes there, the nade will be tossed out the side of Star-Lord. Star-Lord still alive.
Oh, Blinks being shot from behind. Who shot him, by the way? Was it a entirely different team? 9? Nope, never mind. 9 is fighting better Sentinel. ADDFRIEND, Star-Lord is pretty low right now. Honda, on the other hand, trying to help Star-Lord, but a bit too far. Star-Lord trying to play around the corner, but he's being knocked down first. Loki tried to pick around the door, but there's so many teams outside. Hen trying to give extra hand, maybe? But never mind. GEEK fam being ambushed from behind and forward. It's going to be Loki taking the advantage. One whole team, GEEK fam out. What just happened?
Oh, no point for GEEK fam in this round, and Hin was holding 20 first aids. So this guy, he's going to be the healer. YANGON GALACTICOS, as expected, they are going to play the healing game. Now they need to deal with M42. M42 is currently being the gatekeepers. Loki is moving forward. Parzifal has the high ground advantage against Beta, but he doesn't have the advantage against the zone.
A bit too reluctant now, even too hazardous to start a fight first, but ATS, I think that's the one being out. Just never mind. It's gonna be, who was it just now? Beta, there you go. The sounds a bit familiar. Beta Center finished off, and it's not a good start for them, and definitely not a good second day, so they need to push more for the next couple of games. We have only 2 more left. Tony, on the other hand, Infinity is just, I don't even know what to call them anymore. They are literally the walking Terminator in this match.
Yeah, they're not playing to survive. They're playing to kill. This is Infinity's mission. They're like, I'm here to eliminate everyone I see in front of me. Don't come. Look at this. Even Infinity, even the fact that they're playing with only 3 team members, they're playing as if they're still a full squad.
That's true. They don't really care how many people left, as long as they shoot everything that moves. And BONAFIDE managed to take on ADDFRIEND, who's actually too focused on what's in front. He forgot about what's in the back. But Infinity and Logan, on the other hand, have to pick up 2 members, which are going to be Newsy and Tony. Trying to revive, but Logan require on his knees. Fire, going for the rush, and he just... Infinity gone and beyond 10th place with 9 elimination points. It's FARANG start to rise. Will this be the rise of the Singaporeans?
Could it be the rise for the Singaporeans? But talking about Infinity, I mean, out at this stage, doesn't matter for them. We'll see them in the top 16, that's for sure. Their points are just that comfortable at this moment. But FARANG SG, let's see if they can move on to the next round. That was a good fight against Infinity, but they don't have the circle at this moment. The circle hardship to the southern side.
M42, Few and the rest of M42 here just want to get into the circle, but there's so many gatekeepers on top of that small hill, including 9. 9 has been very quiet by 4, hoping for them to actually start to shoot something, but sometimes they're just too hesitant to make a first move. While these Avies in between, they have to watch out for these Avies first, because these Avies is more reckless and aggressive here compared to 9 here.
Yeah, so these Avies, let's see if they can actually overcome this moment, because at the same time the circle is starting to shrink, and MR5 is still around the corner though. This is a good view here that we can have a good overall of our players. Parzifal goes down and will be taken out by Dragon from the other side. Insider goes down to the zone.
Because Sony's closing in way too fast this time. We just had Eagle Esports join in from all the way Mong Nai Kao, and then it's here. Frankie and Doug try to cover our fires. With the moment BONAFIDE move, they will shoot. But how much longer they do have? Not much anymore. 40 seconds to go. They need to move forward. They're not in the safe zone. Doug making sure he can get as much as he can with the time ticking, 30 seconds left. He still managed to secure one. I'm not sure if he actually get the elimination because there's so many fights, including BONAFIDE, tried to take down on Eagle Esports at the same time.
Oh, Rabbis now being the gatekeeper. Farji starting to move in. Farji gets a couple of eliminations on the way in. BONAFIDE goes out 8 plays, 2 eliminations for them. And Parjin himself netting 2 eliminations. The Eagles, this team took the boat if you remember early on, and they still managed to survive up to the top 7 with 8 eliminations. The Eagles doing well.
Eagles, now all they need to do is just don't botch. They always botch something along the way. FAZE MRI 5 taken out, sorry. I won't say MRI, it's just my medical memory. MR5 just finished off, and that's the last member, but these Xavier's Lamborghini trying to fight the blue at the same time. Fight everybody that jump in the road. Lamborghini, he tried to survive, but the game won't stay with him. But sorry, it's still gonna be M42 Rage taking them down, but it's gonna be the retaliation coming up from the other side. Porsche going in with a zigzag manner, hoping to give him space for his teammate to heal. But he still managed to fight head to head. Gotzi! They got the position! They got the position for 9! Why did they been keeping quiet all this time?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit passive for them, but you just look at the aggression coming in from their opponents. That was a good one. But now we move over to D Xavier. None of them at the circle. Porsche is currently down. Parajay vs McLaren, they're still alive, but they managed to eliminate one more team. And now we're down to the top 2 teams. And this is it. Who's going to get it? Either the Eagles or D Xavier.
Porsche will be banned off by the Molotov. Definitely Rabies making sure of that. With only 4 bandits here, Rabies is a big fool. And there goes the spray. Duke going in, trying to get his eyes on Parjin. Parjin straight away going for prone. He spot out Duke. He tried to spray it randomly, but didn't clip with the stone and rock that structure in between McLaren. Going for the front side. Parjin still breathing. What a nade to rule them all. Eagle Esport. Here comes your chicken dinner.
The Sailors, man. The Sailors Eagles. They were the ones who took the boat on the southern side, moved to the right side, and I think they came into maybe one of the camps.
They went to Mong Nai, and then went to Kao, and then going down straight. That was like a very long journey for them from Bantai.
Very long journey, and the risk paid off, and now they got the chicken dinner. The Eagles are in the house, and congratulations as well to McLaren netting the MVP. 4 eliminations, 625 damage, and of course maximum survival time.
I couldn't say enough how disappointed and frustrating I was when I saw 9 had the position back then in boot camp. They got it again when it comes to the last few circles, but they just wouldn't shoot. They don't want to shoot.
I know, right? They were like waiting, but I'm not too sure what they were waiting for, and they were just rushed in. Plus, there was nothing for them to wait because the zone was closing in, so it was a bit confusing for me as well.
It's just a window opportunity missed and being left slipped by. Not even an accident here, but Eagle Esport, they got themselves 14 elimination, the highest in here and the highest we've seen, I think, within these 2 days. 11 smoke used, 2 headshot, 1,657 damage output, with definitely the longest time survival. But the rest of them, we have the average of elimination around maybe 8 to 6 or 8 to 5.
Now, McLaren is being compared to Lamborghini, both from the same country, of course, that's Vietnam. And Lamborghini from D Xavier, 625 versus 603, 2 eliminations against 4. And the longest elimination distance, it is Sanhok anyway, so 39-25, team contribution 28-22, damage received 115 and 139. So these 2 teams, man, these are the 2 teams from the same country, of course, Vietnam, that we're talking about.
both sports car being head to head there just now.
I know, right?
Elimination and damage output wise, so many teams actually being rushed in because they just couldn't. Example, I think GEEK fam was trying to play it very safe, but they're being spotted out by Eagles as well, if I'm not mistaken. There's so many teams there with zeros, and this is gonna hurt them when it comes to the overall ranking. But look at the damage output of Eagle Esport. It's not the highest. Look at these events if you compare it.
Yeah. Okay. So what matters as well is the eliminations. So 14 eliminations for the Eagles this round. The Xavier netting the most damage, but of course you won the eliminations, no doubt about that. The Infinity still managed to show up, one of the Thai teams with the most grenades usage, but it's only 8. This is the lowest we've seen so far.
It feels like a compulsory Thai flag must be up in the top 4 teams no matter what. Even if they cannot get all games at least for themselves, but one will work, okay? It must be one Thai there. I just don't know how can they maintain up there no matter what happened. Here comes our overall stat. 58 total eliminations. So many players finish off by the blue because they want to play the healing game, but they don't have sufficient amount of healing enough. But for healing 7,000, this is actually surprising. We are anticipating, expecting to have the higher total heal amount, which usually ended up with 5 digit. What this time is just 7,000.
I know, right? So it's only 7,000, and yeah, actually the stats are kind of small for this round if you kind of think about it. But here's the overall scoreboard. Infinity 93. No one's going to take that off of them for now. But the Eagles, they move up to second spot, 93 points as well. FAZE Clan moves down 85 points, but I think these teams will be safe to the next round. The Xavier at 4th place, 61 points. We have AUTOTOOSOON at 5th place, 56 points. BONAFIDE, 55 points. At 6th place, 7th place goes to BOAH Gaming, 54 points. 8th place for Rivals, Alliance, 53 points. GE, 50, and GEEK Fam, 47.
Yep, on the second page now we have ADDFRIEND pushed down from the first page straight into 11th place. While APG still there, still holding to their grounds at 12th place and not even gonna budge one rank whatsoever. And 4-2 swapping places. Same goes for FARANG Singapore. Well, Orange being pushed down. Same goes for RRQ. What happened to the Indonesians? Seems like they're a bit quiet here. 9, they got the opportunity, but at least they pushed up a bit for a rank. But seriously though, for YG, do you think they still can make it for the playoffs?
Well, there's still another half today and there's still tomorrow, so I hope they can. I hope they can surprise us. I like to see some of these Cinderella stories as well. But let's see if this will happen in round number 4. We'll be taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you right after this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Of course, you are still watching the Southeast Asia Esports Championship. And this tournament is hosted by Verisa Incorporation together with VNG for PUBG Mobile. And we will be jumping into our next game really soon.
Yep, it's gonna be Erangel next, which we've been waiting for another group to come in, which gonna be the we got ABDE previously. Now it's gonna be BCDE. So BCDE this time we're gonna looking at 4 rivals playing, if I'm not mistaken, for Malaysians. There are some teams for that group that will be playing as well. Whilst we have one group which is gonna be A group to be resting here for a bit, which is gonna be FAZE, MUGEN, Infinity, and BONAFIDE. So for the first time we're looking at the ties won't be playing here. Will it be very different, Cloud? Since we do know the most aggressive teams out there is going to be the Infinity and FAZE usually.
Yeah, they've been racking a lot of elimination points, especially Infinity that we saw in the last round. FaZe Clan as well. I mean, we saw them yesterday. They're just going around shooting everyone that they can see. Anything that moves will be gunned down. But I think most of these teams will be like, oh, finally the Thai teams are not playing. We can chill a little bit. But will it really be a chill game? Let's see. I expect to see a contest still in Pochinki.
Hopefully. Hopefully, because the fact that sometimes Pochinki is being left alone for a very long time, unless the circle kind of comprises Pochinki, then everybody start to rush in there. But here comes our 4th match of the day. We still have one more to go, including there's going to be 2 more matches there is. Speaking of the teams that right now at the bottom 20, I have to say that didn't make it for the top 16. Do you think they still have the opportunity to push in last minute, especially at the 20th spot? YG, which is really at the bottom since day number 1 up till now, didn't actually try to. They did try, you can see that, but they didn't manage to push themselves a bit more, just to swap places at least in the 19th spot.
I know, right? It hasn't been working out for them yesterday, today. They've rooted in the bottom spot, which is number 20. So, well, mathematically it's still possible with the number of games still in hand, but it's going to be super tough for them. As games go by, they miss opportunity by opportunity. It's not looking well for them, but I'm glad that at least this round they'll be dropping the farm. Doesn't look like they're being contested, and they are in the circle, so at least it's a good start.
I mean, like, there's consistency that everybody wants, like Infinity and FaZe, especially. Even these Avies are pushing up their ranks, and Eagle Esports is up there as well. But to be consistently at 20 is not the good, not as good news as those actually in the top 5 there. But just now we do see Yasnaya centralizing, the circle centralizing around Yasnaya. There's going to be an interesting match actually, because so many places around there is actually being actually taken by so many teams. So they might have to get a couple of skirmishes like what we're witnessing right now between the Janus. It's just gonna run. He's not gonna even try to fight. He doesn't have anything. Trust me, just like we don't trust you anymore. But he definitely is just gonna run it out because he couldn't take the heat coming up from the other side. Lamborghini, there you go.
Lamborghini. As usual, Xavier, they won't budge from Pochinki. Irregardless who's coming in, they will fight. They will take the fight. They will back out Pochinki, but Lamborghini goes down. McLaren goes down somewhere else as well. We already got the first blood in this round, and that's the Eagles sacrificing what their team members done. With the high ground advantage, managed to get another knockdown, and it's down to the last man standing for the other side, but Doug still goes down.
Oh boy, these Aviers, even though they thought they had Pochinki like the back of their hand, but it seems like it's not securing enough yet. As Janus is retaliating, they really want dominance over this Pochinki, and it's their town as well. Whoever fights here will be the Alpha team coming out for Pochinki, the Kings of Pochinki, as to being taking the title. Frankie. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, okay. Probably a little bit more awareness, considering that it's TPP. He could have seen him coming, but I guess he wanted to prioritize on the revive, which wasn't the right move, but it just happened. But now we move over to school, where Eagles and RRQ is fighting here.
I think he definitely heard the footsteps just now. He should have stopped the revival for a bit.
Yeah.
If only he actually stood just by the door and wait for them to rush in, they can actually clutch that one out. But the side of the Xavier's left with one man, while Eagle Esport just got himself that chicken dinner, but RRQ making sure they can get something in their hands as well, as Porsche is the only person in this building because the rest of his teammates are down. They are sharing the same as the Xavier's. Two teams, both of them the Vietnamese team, sharing the same fate here.
I know, right? So Xavier is confirmed out 16th place, and now it's down to Porsche from the Eagles. They just got the chicken dinner, and unless Porsche can clutch a 1v4, which is going to be amazing, plus it's going to be RRQ, yeah, it's likely he'll be the next team to go out. So I feel like there's this kind of curse, whereby if you got a chicken dinner, the next round you don't do really well.
So avoid chicken at all costs. That's what I think FAZE has been doing. They haven't got themselves any chicken yet. That's one of the many reasons about Porsche. Here comes the fight. The valiant effort of keeping himself alive. It's gone down just when he wants to try to jump down from that window. Both the Vietnamese are the first two to be out. Well, RQ, the Indonesian team, Asa, and the rest of them really want to get for more. They got 4 in the back. And the same goes for the team that fighting against the other Xavier's, just as was Genesis. Also securing 4 elimination points, but at least on the side of Genesis, it kind of a almost fair fight as they lost 1 man on the side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-man game. But then again, they were Kings of Pachinki, so that's kind of okay for them. I don't think there were any other teams there, considering that M42 Esports isn't playing this round, so they'll be okay. They have the entire Pachinki to do.
It just shows that Genesis actually studies this and revised so many times that the fact they do know there's only one team and M42 is not playing. That's why they went all in just now and give a full force rush in, making sure that they can get every single member of the Xavier's, because definitely there's only one team Pachinki and right now it's them surviving and taking over the compound, reigning over there. But on the side of Farang, I'm loving the fact they start to move forward. It's like they rise to its occasions where they start to be a bit more proactive. We have seen them before. They were like 9s back then, like YG, like they just don't want to fight. They want to avoid at all costs, but it's not going to bring them any points in that kind of term. If even in the 5th circle or 5th or 6th circle, they're just staying quietly. But at least right now they start to move a bit more quicker and try to swiftly move from one compound to the other, and also try to get at least a couple of elimination points in between.
Yeah, so... but anyway, they've gotten a decent amount of points at this moment. I mean, 54 points. Considering that the bottom 4, they are struggling around the range of, say, 20 to maybe 30 points. 50-ish points is kind of okay for them for now. So I guess it's all right. They just need to maintain, just need to be a little bit consistent. If they can maintain themselves in the middle of the charts every round, they'll be okay.
Now we swap over swiftly towards ATS AUTOTOOSOON. They were well yesterday, but today is just a bit of a damn performance coming out from them. They're not as loud as yesterday, a bit quiet. Their Bruneians are really cheering up for them. Here comes M42, we just mentioned about them previously. Few and the rest of the team, they're still playing, by the way, for the Philippines. And they're trying to get into a different compound starting off. They didn't drop around Pachinki just now. So I think they just stopped giving too much and try to work around Yasna instead.
Yeah, because they lost the first Erangel today to Xavier. The first Pachinki today to Xavier. So they decided just, okay, we're just going to evade everyone. Let's play a little bit safer and move towards Yasnaya. Considering as well that when it comes to points, they are around the 30-ish mark. So that is still the danger zone. That's going to be a good move for M42 Esports.
Kind of true. Like, why would you gamble too much when there's not 100% win rate in the area for them? It's just tough for them to actually get their numbers up for the overall scoreboard later on if they keep on dropping a Pachinki. But on the side of Genesis, it's a different story. They really have the firepower.
Yep, Genesis, they do have the firepower, and in fact, I think today it's a better day for them as compared to yesterday. So, just based on today's performance, it do look like they are in contention to be in the top 16 to move on to the playoffs. So, I'm looking forward to seeing their full potential, especially after they have the opportunity to study throughout these 3 days. How would they perform in the playoffs later on?
Hopefully it's better though, because if they don't cope, they might just lose it. And the thing is, there are teams that... This is where experience really matter about the teams and the players, individual skills, and not just that. Their mental strength is in challenge as we speak, because when it comes to the grand finals, the pressure is very different. There's so much at stake. There's so many things to prove. And not just about the glory, the prize pool is huge as well. And you look at how the difference between the first, second place, 1 point can make as big as 3,000 gap difference. I mean, that's in USD, by the way. That's a huge amount of prize pool at stake as well. So they cannot afford to even make a small minor mistake anytime, anywhere. But do they have enough time to actually really study every single team, since they only have 1 day rest in between?
I know, right? Like 1 day rest. Sometimes you wonder, right? As a player, do you want to study, train, and do all the training stuff during that 1 day, or do you just want to like not do anything, not think about the game? Let's total reset and let's restart back on Friday itself. This is a hard call if you're the manager. Like, do you want to give them the rest or do you want to go all out study? What would you do?
Well, the player really need the rest, so it is 5 games per day, but some of them are playing only 3 or 2 matches per day. Depends on the division of the group. I'm sorry, but that was a bit late transition coming up from YG, honestly speaking. How happy ADDFRIEND was just passing by right in front of him.
Yeah, now ADDFRIEND... It is just interesting to see that. Yeah, so now ADDFRIEND, they do have a good position to like just stop everyone from moving, because this is somewhere around the Medusa intersection. So they will expect like other teams to like move around, and YG happen to be right in front of them. But the good news is that YG is still around with a full squad. I mean, they're a team that I do hope that
they were lucky that ADDFRIEND didn't actually start shoot, because they whiffed it so much just now. That was their opportunity to shine for a bit. He was starstruck for a moment. I think he hit the vehicle, but he didn't expect it's right in front of his face and just passing by. It's like they're a friendly neighbor just saying hi, what you doing, and never mind, just keep on doing what you're doing, bro. Just you do you, and you just carry on with it. I'm surprised how friendly they were just now.
Yeah, your friendly neighborhood Spooder man. But this is not a friendly neighborhood. GEEK fam, APG sharing the same compound in Yasnaya. At least the good news is that they're still within the circle, so it's kind of okay. But let's see how far will the circle shift. We will be revealed the third circle really soon. And it's not only these 2 teams though. On the northern side of Yasnaya, there's still M42 around. But now we move over to BOAH Gaming. Have a high ground advantage, and Parzival is the first one to go down for 9.
Waiting for BOAH. I'm loving how Bear always spots somebody who starts to move and proning. He always take himself in the highest vintage point ever and just stay there for a bit, waiting for an opportunity to come over and just wait it out, play with such patience. In the meantime, just taking up all the points as much as he can. While we're looking over the circle, it's going to be just a bit different, slightly different from the first Erangel map of the day. It's around this area as well, but a bit more northern than the first map. Still around Rozhok and Yasnaya, but the rest of them, we can see how overpopulated is this circle. Every single team that's still left, nobody's actually retaining late this time.
Yeah, everyone's like, okay, where the circle is, we just move in. Like, but so far we haven't seen like big skirmishes in the circle or as they move into the circle just yet. The first 2 teams that we saw eliminated, they were contesting the drop spot, so that's kind of like a different story. GEEK fam, gotta get ready because they're starting to move in. QB with the shots fired out, and QB will he be able to take down anyone? Not just yet.
It's not the GEEK fan that we used to know, but back out. Whoa, 9! Being ran down by Damroot. What a classical move coming up from is always the Damroot that we used to know at least. The rest of the team seems like a bit rusty for now, but they start warming up for the rest of Miracle and GEEK fam. Now Godsey, there's no way he can get out from there. You can see the smoke around him. And there goes another double toss coming out from the side of Miracle. Didn't hit, didn't connect, but on the side of RIQ across them. They're taking the advantage. And also Beta Sentinel from the Philippines is taking another third party as well. So there are 5 teams around there. There's also M42 arriving. Might just be in the party. Just trying to take as much point. Taking the opportunity, being the third party as much as they can.
But Miracle still went down. So GEEK fam, now it's up to Snipes, QB as well as Damroot. They're in the ditch at this moment, surrounded by a couple of other teams. Let's see how long they can defend in this area. Godsey is still around, but Godsey is the last man standing, so he's not going to make any big moves.
QB now in a little bit of a pit, hoping to covered by the terrains. M42 a bit late to the party. The party's done and dusted. Nothing is there. The dust settled. M42 on the other hand, do they really want to be in here? It's kind of an open field, but at the same time, if you know how to abuse this watchtower, you can actually take the opportunity to pin down whoever's trying to run towards you or passing by, and just put it on your side. Well, Snipes getting on better center of under this spot amount. Farang, on the other hand, we're just gonna ignore the fight. We're just gonna see the ones that actually in the museum doing waiting and just gonna wait.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a team like. No disrespect, but if you're Farang, you'll be like, okay, I'll just chill for the moment because you don't want to take the big risk. You don't want to start early fights and end up getting 14 spots. So as long as they can chill, they will. But they don't have the circle, they need to move. Talking about moving, BOAH Gaming is moving in.
And finally, we're back towards the fight I've been anticipating, where the anticlimactic just now going to the museum. But GEEK fam, they found BOAH in between. Now QB. They lost Miracle before, but they're still going in for more. They try to stop everybody who's trying to come in from the eastern side of the circle. There goes the spray, didn't connect, but they try to explode the vehicle as much as they can while they toss another Molotov. Newbies and PSL, they're actually trying to get on the higher grounds. But the thing is, the moment they're hoping to get out from that smoke, they step out from the M4 to have been waiting with their crosshair on their heads.
Oh, here we go. So it's going to be QB, Damroot at forefront. Don't think Bear can be picked up. It's going to be... it's very unlikely that he can be picked up at this moment. The gap is just too big. The nade will explode in front of Damroot, but he's still okay. And the circle is somewhere around the areas of... on the outskirts of school. A lot of high ground area here. 4 rivals alliance having one of the prime position.
APG fighting their countrymen. It's going to be a civil war between these two. Team eliminated ANGKOR PUBGM. Well, Orange Esports or Orange Play managed to survive, but barely. But do they have enough time to reset? It's going to be BUAH taken down by the grenade eliminator Snipes. GEEK fam haven't finished with their fight yet. And finally, they can take a bit of a breather, but... it's not done. There's RRQ, there's N9, there's ATS, there's also M42 waiting for them to get out from there. No, they just stand up. Even better, Sentinel still want the revenge to fight back and retaliate about their knockdown previously.
Yep, better Sentinel, they need to fight back. They need to fight their way into the circle. Just look at this. GEEK fam is just right in front of them. But they do have the high ground advantage though. If they want to run into GEEK fam, it's still okay. Pop will be taken out somewhere else. And talking about running, Master is running. Hopefully he doesn't get gunned down and he's okay. He will reunite with his teammate. And better Sentinel need to decide what they want to do.
Oh, shredded, almost that vast. Not much in terms of utilities. Only a couple of 1 or 2 first aids for Move7. For Genesis, they still want to take out a fight. Level 1 vest it is. Hopefully nobody snipes them from afar, but at this state, who knows? There's so many eyes watching out there. Genesis Still trying to move forward, tossing out, building a bridge of smoke to move forward, but the moment they move forward, it's not just one team, there's so many teams surrounding. AF is there at front. We have Genesis behind them. Ark is waiting. Requirements being knocked out, and YG having the most solid compound to work with. 4 walls within them to actually take some barricades and covers. Honda already taking down Farang. We have M42 fighting against Astro. What? Circle shift? It's where the war is not happening here. No, it's exactly where the war is happening here. And YG having the most solid compound as we speak.
And it's in the middle of sort of like an open field. So those teams on the outside, especially those on the other side of the road, they need to find a way to cross over. And obviously, if it's a road, it's always very open. You stand a chance or you risk getting shot down. So that's something they need to be careful of. Now M42, they're still playing on the outside. Godsey goes down to QB, and that's the end for 9 esports.
I have to say, I'm not surprised 9 being eliminated with 0 again. We haven't seen them that aggressive yet. I'm still waiting for the uprising here. But on the side of GEEK, it's a different story. They start to move very proactive. They're getting a couple of kills. They're getting a couple of eliminations. And Astro just finish him off himself straight away. He could have denied that point possibly. Or not finish off the last member, Astro, again. But here comes the real war coming in. Well, we have AF finally bowing down. We have M42 fighting ATS head-to-head straight in front of the face.
That was a Christmas present, came late there for Phil, and he managed to get that elimination point. So that's one more in the bag for M42 Esports. They're down 4 rivals alive, starting to move in from Bulu with the long range shot coming in onto the outside. Insider goes down. Cowboy is still alive, but 50% of health. And at the same time, 4 rivals alive. Just look at their position. They have the high ground advantage. This is a good position to be in so far.
Now, switch over to drone view. Snipes trying to give pressure on the sort of Dragon. M42 stuck in the rut there while GEEK tried to fan out, getting more angles to work with. Better Sentinels breathing behind their backs. Trust me, going in. Genesis, they still want for more, even though it's just 2 of them. Master and Trust. Trust the Master, they say, but 4 rivals. They've been quiet, but they got themselves 4 elimination points already, trying to finish off Genesis across them. Giving the pressure from the higher grounds, tossing out all utilities they have, stopping them from moving forward into the circle.
Oh, but nothing's going to stop 4 rivals from moving to the circle. We can see the last team member moving on to the northern side, and now all of them are in there. But they have one more team on the outside. So that's Genesis Esports, Trust Me, together with Master Vape, still on the outside. Rift knows exactly where they are. Just waiting for them to reveal themselves, and Rift will take them out.
I don't think he has enough Molotov or whatsoever. Pamburu got Trust Me. He saw him through. And it's going to be them randomly shooting, hoping it will clip, hoping it will actually finish off Genesis straight away. But they managed to execute it as clean as possible, getting on Trust Me. But YG slowly crouching in. But YG, we want to see more of them. They still got 4 men well and alive. While Vape is the last member coming up from Genesis, he's still trying to play as low as possible. You need to be patient, but the blue is ticking. The time is ticking. The blue is closing in anytime, so he needs to get out. But 4 rivals still holding on the higher ground, but they are still outside of a circle.
Yeah, they're still on the outside of the circle, but not too far away from it, but they will force them down to the lower grounds. Will they be able to adapt at the lower ground? But the low range, whoa! Rift! How did you spot them? My goodness, that's some eagle-eye action there coming in from Rift.
It feels like he's just tapping randomly and just connects. But that was exactly the angle that he needs to work with. But he just leave it out in the open. He doesn't want to commit too much into the... I need to get into the circle as fast as possible. This is going to be the 7th phase later on. It's going to hurt quite a lot. On the side of GEEK, they lost Miracle since the start here. And they need to go for it and really going all out. Shredded almost 4 QBs. Bass still managed to get it in the smoke. Just shoot and run this, and that's what he do. And QB just gonna toss a couple of more smokes to advance forward. But the problem is, RQ been holding that ground for the longest time ever, and 4 hours now stopping YG from moving in. They're just gonna stop them here. But can they close it out for 4 rivals?
That was a very passive move there from M42 Esports, but now we move over to Pemburu with a high ground advantage. YANGON Galacticos are still in this. High now with a long range shot coming in onto Beta Sentinels. Will not connect just yet, but Haim, he's still alive together with his teammates. They still maintain a full 4-man squad for YANGON Galacticos.
DP28 with a pizza gun trying to finish, and then being finished off by Damroot. YG could have stolen it away. What a nasty guy, Loki. But I didn't manage to secure it, but April rush in! He goes in for the rush! And just fell down! What just happened? What were they thinking?
My goodness, there was a rush in there, but 4 Rivals Alliance, they were like, okay, nope, we'll just go in, whatever happens, happens, and RRQ, they were ready for the siege coming in from their side, and now they will go out, giving 4 points to RRQ.
Goodness me, that was way too reckless. The entire team went down just like water. We're talking about not even lasting for 5 seconds there the moment they charge in. Now back to YG. Finally start to move. They got themselves in the top 3. And now they got themselves 6 elimination points. They try to steal as much as they can, but this time they need to take the fight straight head on. RRQ getting themselves the most comfortable compound and 4 walls to work with. Whilst we have the other side, GEEK Fam. It's trying to hop into the fray as well, but being sandwiched in between, RRQ have the advantage in circles in this for YG. The one that really needs to move right now is going to be GEEK Fam, which is really inside the blue right now.
Oh, YANGON Galacticos, they really need this. Talking about really, they really need this round. They really need this chicken dinner. But what stands between them and the glory of chicken dinner, of course, is GEEK Fam, so it's RRQ. Real gets a knockdown of the Chocos, so that could be an opening for them, but that's also an opening for GEEK Fam. GEEK Fam starts to move in. Snipes at the forefront with an AK. The spray coming in from Snipes will not connect, but Snipes will pop up a nade. Where will it toss it? Choco will go down to Real.
QB tossing out, hoping, hope and pray, but it didn't actually connect with anything. It's just a surface grenade just now that will not even get into the compound, into the building. Hoping it will actually loop in. Oh, there you go. But Real KP got him mocked first. It didn't even getting anybody. GEEK Fam just shooting over empty air. While on the other side, we're looking at YG taking out RQ. Straight ahead on 9 elimination points. YG, they rise to the occasion, stepping up their match, stepping up their game now. This is what we've been waiting for.
Exactly, this is what we've been waiting for. This is what we want. This is what the fans of YANGON Galacticos want to see. Representing Myanmar, the Myanmar fans will be cheering for YANGON Galacticos. They want this, they need this. It's a 4v3. Can they do this against GEEK Fam?
Now, trying to get the positions right first. They're both inside of a circle, but the hill, the small hill, just making sure they cannot see each other, making it set up for both teams to land any of their shots. DP28 still in the hands. Hayne still using the M416 While Real KP are trying to give as much pressure on this side, tossing everything they have. It's going to be a 3v4. YG have the most men, but can they close this up? Tommy in the open area, but with the rest of GEEK Fam are taking one building for 2 sides of them.
Ooh, but look at this, Lady
But they
Luck.
need to get out.
They need to get out exactly because Lady Luck currently shines onto YANGON Galacticos. They have most of the circle at this moment with the majority of their team still there. 4-man still intact, and plus they have a little bit of a high ground. GEEK Fam will find this very, very difficult. But GEEK Fam, they do have a vehicle. They can still rush in, but let's see how they're going to manage this. Loki now still with the nade. If GEEK Fam shows themselves, Loki will toss out the nade and could probably take down a member of GEEK Fam.
Amio playing very patiently, waiting for them to actually get out from there. The moment the blue closes in, like it or not, GEEK Fam will have to force themselves out, and that's why they built the bridge smoke here. Well, hey, Tommy getting on site first. Demo is right in front of them. They're taking out the ones actually from behind. QB is in danger, but still can revive snipes from afar. And Real KP found Gambler. He shot down the Terminator. It's gonna be another one. YG, is this it?
That's it! And there you go, YANGON Galacticos will move it. They will mop up this round. And this is it! This is what they want! This is what they need! YANGON Galacticos from Myanmar takes home the chicken dinner! This could be their road to revival! YANGON Galacticos, congratulations! The fans from Myanmar roaring for you guys at this moment!
Even we as casters are roaring for these guys. We've been waiting and waiting for such a long time since day number 1 for them to mind. Can they? Will they? Do they really want to be in the championship? And they spoken up quite loud with getting themselves that chicken dinner. But the MVP this time, another team that has been quiet before, GEEK fam, also rise to the occasions, getting himself an MVP with 1034 damage and 5 eliminations, 2 headshots just now. And the survival time, not the longest. Definitely, it's gonna be the side of YG. But YG, I think their elimination points hitting the double digit for the ending.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's definitely. Okay, let's get a confirmation now. And yes, it's 12 eliminations. That means they got themselves 27 points. They will shoot up. Like, they could probably be in the safe zone for now. At least in the top 16 for now. So, this is great work for YANGON Galacticos. We always talked about them as casters. We want to see them do well. We like the underdog story at YANGON Galacticos. Man, I'm so happy for you guys. Hopefully they can be consistent throughout their last few games.
Yep. It's all down to the consistency, because that's what the difference between the Thais and the rest of the country in the South Asia region. But for the head-to-head, we have the same members of the same team. It's going to be the same team of the different member. It's going to be GEEK fam, QB, and Snipes for the head-to-head, where, well, it's not that much of a difference when it comes to elimination, but still more towards QB when it comes to damage output. Snipes, definitely a lot of sniping, last HP moment for the opponents, whilst for the longest distance eliminations, almost the same team contribution to it's more on the Snipe side. Damage received, a nice number coming up from Snipes with 222.
My favorite number 2, and it's taken by Snipes, and GEEK fam takes home the highest elimination in this round. 13 eliminations for them, but YANGON Galacticos 12 eliminations, followed by RRQ with 9, and then it's 4 rivals with 5, together with Genesis Esports with 5 as well, and it goes all the way down. But this is good work again. YANGON Galacticos stepping up to the occasion. Who needs that amount of damage? Don't worry about it. 12 eliminations, that's good.
I'm so happy for YG. They are at the 20th place previously. Now there's a lot of Malaysian flag this time, but we do have also, this is unusual, Malaysia team and also YANGON Galacticos from Myanmar taking off the chart for the first time. We're not looking any ties of Vietnamese teams up here for the top 4 teams, with 13 elimination points coming from GEEK fam. Most damage is for them as well, 2,300. Over with the longest survival time, it's definitely YG's to take. They got themselves a chicken with the most grenades. 44.
Wow. Okay, that's record breaking. Like, that's the highest so far. 44 nades tossed out. Okay, let's look at the overall stats. So 59 total eliminations, 5,237 total heals, 57 total knocks, 294 total grenades. No airdrops needed. Interesting. 14 headshots, 70 total saves, asking for forgiveness, and Asa is our longest eliminator in this round with 288, representing RRQ.
RRQ almost had it in the last few minutes there, but because of they being sandwiched by 2 teams at the same time, it's just so hard for them to get out from a situation. But back to the total scoreboard, for the top 3, nothing is changing except for FAZE getting himself a bit more points. Same goes Infinity and Eagle still at 93 points in total. But GEEK fam slowly but surely shooting up. Not really slow here. With the back-to-back Malaysian tier at 4th and 5th place. Vietnamese D Xavier has been dropped down to 62 points at 6th place. While the Brunei is being pushed down as well as AUTOTOOSOON at 7th place, and also we have BOAH Gaming at 9th place, while in between it's going to be Genesis at 8th place, while BONAFIDE The only Indonesian team in the first page, also same scores with BOAH at the 10th place.
And on page number 2, the page that nobody wants to be at, RRQ, 11th place, 49 points. We have ADDFRIEND, 12th place, 47 points, 46 points for both YANGON GALACTICOS, who's currently in the top 16, sharing the same point with M42 Esports at number 14, number 15, APG, 40 points. Orange will be at number 16, 36 points. 17th place, the bottom 4, FARANG SG, 34 points. And we have 9 with 30 points. BETA Syndicate with 29 points, number 19. 20th place goes to MUGEN at this moment with 24 points.
Okay, so how... Look at how so many teams being pushed down by YG alone, climbing up to 13th place in one single match. My oh my, I'm so happy to actually witness YG. They're rising up this time. They're stepping up their game, but that was really something so satisfying to watch.
Well, can they keep up their momentum? Can they remain consistent? There will be one more round to be played, ladies and gentlemen, today. But before that, we'll be taking a short break. We'll catch you right after this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the last game for today. This is the Southeast Asia ESPORTS Championship 2021. And this tournament is hosted by Verissa, incorporated with VNG, of course, for PUBG Mobile. And we're your casters. My name is Sir Cloud, together with Choo Choo. Last game, Choo Choo, for today.
Well, today has been another exciting day, we must say. A lot of yesterday was Brunei's day. Today is going to be Vietnam's day, as DZavian and Eagle Esports, both of them getting themselves a chicken for today, and got ourselves a bit of a uprising coming up from the second page, including Genesis and YG. I'm loving the fact that YG just got that last chicken, and I'm hoping for more. But now I'm waiting for the Philippines to make a go as well. M42 and Beta Sentinel to make something for the final match of today.
Yeah, hopefully they can do it. So far, earlier when we saw the break, it was Myanmar and Vietnam's flag today. So let's see who will take home the last game. Of course, we'll be jumping into Sanhok as our last map. And if you remember the Sanhok earlier today, it was quite a exciting Sanhok, I must say.
Yep, in Sanhok previously, we have Eagle Esports that actually got himself that chicken coming up from Bantai all the way to his northern side. Straight northern, coming up from Mong Nai, then going into Kao and straight into where Bootcamp was almost inside of the circle, ended up in between there. They took a longer route to actually take the boat, taking all the way to the north from south. So maybe that's one of the things that should be considered for some of the team, provided they have to find a boat first.
Yeah, that boat ride from Eagles, man, that was something. But yep, let's see if they can pull off something like that. But this is the thing about boat rides, right? You can only do it once. The second time, if you do the same thing, people will know, oh, you're gonna do that and you get shot. So I don't expect to see another boat.
Oh, it depends on circle really, because previously we've seen Bootcamp is not really taken by anybody. Hopefully this time there's more teams that actually want to take Bootcamp, as it's really at the center of a map. So it's really crucial of the teams that want to take Bootcamp to actually really defend it as much as they can as well. But it's really a waste that no teams actually consider Bootcamp as their first drop spot. Most of them are just passing by along the way. But I don't think we can predict that much anymore as what happening today, Cloud, because there's so many unexpected things happen. Even FAZE and the Infinity being wiped out quite early in the previous match. So I'm looking forward also for the teams that have been quiet for today start to gain their momentum again to finish off with a bang.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's like the day of half of the day of an underdog, but it's like the second page people day. So let's go, page 2 people, show your stuff. We always like to see an underdog story, right? So come on, show your stuff. And if you remember as well, one thing as well, they need to be aware of the Thai teams. The Thai teams are going around just shooting people. Infinity, I remember them for the Sanhok game whereby they just go straight and just shoot. That's all.
That's kind of true, but luckily enough, we don't have them this time, so it's going to be B, C, D, and E only playing. We do have 4 rivals and also GEEK Fam. Speaking of GEEK Fam, finally they start to make a comeback in this match as well. We have seen them having very unfortunate start always every single time, being pinned down by 2 or 3 teams before even they get themselves their weapons. But the flight path just now a bit wonkier towards the western side. It's a bit very far eastern side, so the drop spot coming out into Lakau in Kampong, those actually want to get the drop spot there, will have to have a bit of a running or even get themselves that vehicle, because I do see FARANG kind of want to spot out around Lakau in Kampong, but I'm not sure if they really want to stay there once the circle pops.
My eyes is actually on BOAH Gaming. Just look at the surrounding of Paradise Resort. How far did they drop? Like Piasau is just on the outside of Bootcamp. We have Bear in Tatmore, and then we have 2 others on the right side of Paradise Resort. It's like this is very, very interesting, and they run the risk of getting gunned down early on because of just how spread out they are. And talking about spread out, YANGON Galacticos is quite spread out as well. Whoa! What a circle to end the day!
What the devil is the circle? This is insane!
Wow.
This is gonna be a hard to match all the way, and Chem Alpha Only 9 in that. This is theirs to take. This is definitely theirs to actually start from the start to finish. All they have to do is defend. The whole entire island is theirs to loot as well. 9 actually revised the entirety of the match and the entirety of the tournament to actually see nobody actually landing on top of Chem Alpha, and they took that spot towards the side, and it's becoming a huge advantage for them at this point. But question is, can they actually defend their island without anybody trying to break in?
Yeah, for some reason, people don't like to drop into the Chem Alpha Island, so that's kind of interesting. But what's interesting as well is that GEEK Fab, they took the courage to land into boot camp, and that was the right decision. No one is in boot camp. They normally drop in ruins, but this time they switch it up to boot camp, and loot galore for them. So they have plenty to loot for here. A whole squad getting everything.
And for them to actually rotate around Haltine or even on Camp Alpha, it's not that far. This is the thing about bootcamp, it's really at the center of a map, so it's so easy to go anywhere you fancy. What on the side of M42, they are dropping around Pinan. Definitely just gonna move the moment they actually saw the circle pops. They just like, no, this is not gonna happen. We need to move as fast as we can, as we want to avoid as much clashes as possible, because it will actually affect the resources if they're taking too much fight in the early phase. And if they move a bit too late, they will have to fight against so many teams that moving in the same direction. That's going to be hard in. When it comes to this type of circle, there's only one direction to move. That's going to be on the west-south, and you do know how many teams will have to fight their way just to get into Chem Alpha.
Yeah, that's why we can see that even the APG is like, okay, like whatever, I'm just going to like focus on rotation. Get yourself into Chem Alpha Island, and then we'll figure out the rest later. So that's exactly what they're doing. I believe Genesis Esports with the vehicle might do the same as well.
The worst part of the circle is like 60% of water, by the way. It's all the way up, even out of the map. It's a different map entirely.
It's like the
we
circle.
We can't even see full circle. We cannot see full circle on the map just now.
I know, right? It's like the circle even goes up all the way to Miramar. It's like if you open up the Miramar map, you see, oh, there's a little piece of a circle there. That's the Sanhok circle.
Maybe even a bit of a piece of Erangel, you know. Maybe it will be candy at this point when the map doesn't exist in tournaments anymore.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy and insane. That was madness. What kind of a circle just happens for the first circle to pop that way? That is just crazy. But maybe we're gonna have a hot shift to it the southern side, but it still just comprises around Chem Alpha. No matter how south it can get, it's gonna be just Chem Alpha. So this is why most of the teams right now are panicking. It's not really panicking. They're trying to move as fast as possible because they do know if they were to rotate a bit too late, now that's gonna be the death for the entire team.
Yeah, if they're late, they'll be gatekept by whoever's already in the Chem Alpha Island. So focusing on rotation, like what we can see Orange Play doing exactly that, it's the right choice. Now, YANGON Galacticos we saw earlier, as much as we are rooting for them, unfortunately, they're very, very far from the circle. They dropped into Campo, so it's either they're going to play the healing game or, well, boat ride or find a vehicle or something.
If you notice about all the pro teams back then, since the circle is quite far off already since the start, you might as well take a bit slower rotation along with it, you know. It doesn't actually benefit for them if they have to go through such a long journey and just, you know, not gonna think about their loot anymore, just straight into the rotations. But speaking of YG, the moment we mentioned about them, bro, KP being knocked out straight from FARANG Insider. I'm not sure how much of a distance between that is it a CQC or mid-range, but maybe a bit of a long range here, since even M42 few being knocked down, it's not being finished off straight away. That just indicates that these players are having a very long range kind of battle going on. Speaking of which, you mentioned about the rotation. If they were to actually rotate straight into the circle, they will have to sacrifice the fact they need to loot more. So at this point, it's best to actually for the side of YG to take it slow for a bit and not rushing in.
Yeah, at this moment, yeah, they just need to hold on. They cannot lose before Farang, because Farang is also in the fight for the bottom 4 to survive. YG in the same sort of problem as well. So this is the team that they don't want to lose out against. But unfortunately, they will need to take the fight at some point because they don't have the circle. The circle is really, really far from them. Cabo is going behind Hin. I kind of worry for him. So let's see what they can do with the remaining 2 members.
Have to wait and see. YG, you have to make no sounds. While Orange, you might bomb to GEEK Fam, which is right across them. Not that quite near, but enough to actually able to see their tags there. And Orange is one of the most best team back then, a couple of years, a couple of seasons back. But they haven't showed themselves quite a lot recently, so it makes me question, are they still up there, or is it a bit rusty for them after such a long time being able to play around the globals and even in the Pro League?
Yeah, they did well last time in the globals, but I guess it's all about change and adaptation. Like we do see newer teams showing themselves, and talking about Orange, unfortunately one of them went down to GEEK Fam. I guess it's just like, yes, you were good, but you were good back then, but can you be good now? And this is where all the new talents start to show up.
That's definitely true, and it's always new teams, new talents coming up, taking all the seats from the veterans, and they cannot sit quietly, they cannot be stagnant, there's no way to be proud, there's no time to be proud. Honda taking down, it seems like ADDFRIEND is going really aggressive against the Brunei's team, while YG, he's resorted to stay in this bin. He just not gonna get out. It's best not to even peek.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna chill there for a while. 2 first aids, yeah, it'll be enough until Farang goes away. But now we move over to ADDFRIEND. He spots out Galaxy, who's trying to make the rotation just cross the road. Now they'll be gatekeeping, definitely. But just look at the spread here. So we have Noah on one side, the rest of them on the other side. Rivalry on one side, and his other teammates on the other as well. Somehow, this may be the tactical of like, okay, just open up. Whoever survives the longest, just survive.
Yeah. Oh, they heard footsteps, but that's a grenade. Wait, what?
Oh, below them.
Oh boy, he anticipated them to stop here. How he calculated that timing. Coming out from the side of AF, and now ATS a bit too far from the rest of the teammates to help him out. Rivalry among the first to go out. So many players actually only have 3 members left. I'm surprised how scattered they are, how separated they've been, to actually not be able to give an extra hand the moment their teammate being knocked down.
I know, right? It's like during the start of this game, like I pointed out, like a couple of teams, like they were so scattered that now that we review back the number of players, a lot of those teams that we mentioned earlier, they ended up now with 3 players. So I don't know if it's a good idea considering that the drop spots keep changing. Like if you have a fixed drop spot, that's kind of okay. But because these teams kind of change their drop spots here and there, it becomes unpredictable. Do you want to really start off with a big spread? I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's something to consider for tomorrow.
It's kind of true, I have to agree. The fact that they change his drop spot, it means that their dynamics and also how they rotate every single time, their movement, every single movement is not too wasted. But the moment you change your drop spot, you kind of get confused sometimes about where to go, and the team comps need to be on point here. If they are a bit 1 second, even 0.1 millisecond a bit too late, they will be brought down by an entire team that's just gonna pop up out of nowhere if they are not familiar with that kind of compound they choose after they change the drop spot. On the side of Orange, they're gonna stay where they're at. They're not gonna even budge, not gonna even move. While GEEK Fam, I think they have a feeling there's somebody's right across them inside of these buildings, this compound here. But will they enter the vicinity, or will they actually just pass it and making sure they get into the circle first? Because the circle just gonna go way further than we expected to be. 4 rivals taking the boat all the way to the north, maybe to the next map. But look at the circle. It's not even a full circle we're looking at.
Wow, okay. I want to see this. I want to see a water circle, like a water circle that goes way up north, where 4 rivals is at. I want to see something like that in this round.
You won't see anything except for an 80% of C in there. Definitely RRQ. Better Sentinel now. We didn't have to go better Sentinel! Oh! In one vehicle! They got one! They got one! One knockdown. They have to leave him out. RRQ just gonna chase it, possibly. On the outskirts of Cal right now. RRQ and the rest of them. Are they gonna push in? Are they really gonna chase? They did manage to take down one just now. No, it's gonna be BOAH. Oh boy, Beta.
This is what we call from the pan to the fire. They try to run away. They try to run away from RRQ. They bump into BOAH Gaming, and now they lose another team member. Beta Sentinel left with 2. Good news is that they're in the circle, but yeah, let's see how long they can hold on here.
More like from the fire to the volcano, if you ask me at this point. They were all 3 or 4 men in one vehicle being shot down by the side of RRQ, finished off by the side of BOAH, and now they're stuck in between. They cannot even try to move because they're being stopped here. There's no way they can move forward. There's no way they can make an entrance and advance. Since BOAH just gonna keep them there, keep them at bay, and they cannot even take a boat here. They don't have any.
Yeah, they don't. So, okay, but I think, right, looking at the current condition, everyone's just going to hold to their current position, especially when it comes to Beta Sentinel, because there's only 2 of them. Yes, these areas on top, but I don't think they'll make big moves on now, because there's still 16 teams though. The worry about third partying is a thing.
I don't think it's gonna be 16 even after this. You saw how these AVs also have their eyes on the side of Beta Sentinel. Now they're stuck. It's kind of hard. If they want to get out from there, they need to actually really play it quietly, not even peek out for a bit, and just pretend we call it play that for a bit, and just making sure the rest of the other teams don't have the attention towards them anymore. But at this stage, there's so many fire just now, and the shots being fired, and they heard it. For these Xaviers and BOAH, both of them want to stay for a bit more, making sure they can get elimination points, and RRQ Voldemort caught in between the war zone. They can actually bail it out, but they want more. They are getting greedy for RRQ, but now they're caught back in their trap.
Yeah, everyone's like so close to each other right now that they're trying to catch. Oh, okay. So
Sigh of relief.
I know, right? A sigh of release to these teams, but I didn't get what I wanted. Maybe in the next round. But check out where YANGON Galacticos is at. They are in the waters as well. 4 rivals is behind them. And 4 rivals is moving there. So they could shoot each other in the water. It could be a pirate scenario.
You can. Worst case scenario, still can actually hide behind a boat. But here comes Chuckles. Trying to take down his Xaviers face to face, but a bit too late. Trying to toss his utilities, but Frankie moved faster. And Frankie finished off Chuckles straight away. They're trying to find for more. They want to more. Oh! More getting on Dig. What a Kobe!
Where did the nade come from? Alright. But not done yet though. Frankie now with the Ranger Talk coming in on the side of Mort. But does not connect. Skydim will be knocked out. Happy will be knocked out by Jizz. And now Frankie starting to move into the circle. But before that, he'll pick up Duke.
They have a bit space since he's picking up Duke. Hopefully nothing happens. But do they have enough time though? 4 rifles just gonna... They're just gonna be the swimmer with APG on the side, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea here. APG Jisuk definitely get the information there's somebody else swimming. He heard the swims. He couldn't spot him out. He's just across him. He didn't spot him out just yet. His crosshair did actually pass there, but he didn't see it coming.
I know, right? It's like right under that hut. But it's not enough vision for him to see. Like for us, yes, we can see it. But unfortunately for APG, they did spot out the team members from 4 rivals. But now we move over to GEEK fam. YANGON Galacticos is at shore. But they're finding it hard to get onto dry land. Snipes is around to stop them.
Oh, the edges the hills are a bit too high for them to actually dock themselves for YG. If they want to, they have to move forward. And the moment they move forward, the Eagle Esports will shoot them down because it's very, very obvious. They can see tiny dots running there. Farang, on the other hand, trying to fight against these aviators who's retaliating, but they still manage to get double or triple. Maybe these aviators are going down quite fast here, as 2 or 3 of them is actually being knocked down. GE Genesis want to be the third party as well, as Eagles heard the gunshots over AF. There you go, he sees them. How?
Oh my god, yeah, how did it? Wow, these guys, man, they have eagle eyes. No pun intended for Eagles Esports, but that was a good long-range shot coming in. And now we can see the rest of them. We're still 16 teams here, Choo Choo. It's like circle number 3 and we're still 16 teams. Imagine how near everyone is with each other.
I do want to see the circle again. But Abel just gonna stick where he's good at, which is gonna be the floater. APG. I'm surprised Jisoo didn't spot him there. It's just right in front of him. BOAH is taking on Beta, which has been surviving for quite some time. We still have 16 teams, the longest time ever. The third phase here. Still no team out yet, but a lot of teams having only 1 member left. BOAH Gaming being attacked by APG, but APG have to be careful. It's not just them there. 4 rivals is around the corner, and the circle heart shift all the way. What is this? It happens to be in no man's land. How cruel this game can get.
And it happened to be at the area where there's the least amount of people. So everyone, most of the players will need to move, especially on the northern side. Definitely they're going to fight. Definitely there's going to be a lot of gunfire as they move into the circle. Now for 4 rivals and for YANGON GALACTICOS who's still in the water, I worry for them the most.
I don't know how they will dog themselves, honestly. Can they even swim up here? BOAH try to play it quiet, waiting for Beta to make a move. At the same time, nobody wants to move. Everybody who wants to move first kind of reluctant, knowing there's so many eyes watching the hurry. Taking on BOAH's side, Bear, one of the highest fragger being shot down here. Farang take on Beta. Beta Sentinel. Seems like they really try to float their boat here, but it's just drowning. It's just keep on leaking, one by one, going down like flies. And we'll only have newbies left. Can he actually go and revive? He's not sure where the shot's coming out from. He's a bit worried to actually revive his mate.
Okay. Will there be enough time? This will be the question mark. It is a 4th circle going towards the 5th circle. Even if we can pick him up,
mind.
yeah, he'll be like, yeah, never mind. But hang on a second. Oh, okay, it's just to pick up utility, so that's okay. So 13 first aids in the hands of newbies. But wait a second, dude. I'm very sure Bear will go down again very quickly.
We'll see. He's still not giving up. But I think it's like, it's on you, brother. The only person surviving for BOAH. But for M42, there's a lot of swimmers in this round though. We're looking at a lot of mermaids and fishes around the area. Here comes Dragon eating fishy swimming. Range trying to get up, but I'm not sure if he... they don't want to be on top of a bridge. Nobody wants to be on top of a bridge because they know it's going to be dead sentence the moment they pop themselves there. But most of them are swimming down, but I'm not sure that's a good idea either, as 4 rivals start to fight against YG. And we have so many teams starting to fight against each other.
Yeah, and this is the action that we're talking about. So we're still at 16 teams though, just saying. We haven't got a team eliminated just yet. But let's see who's going to be the first one. So 9 Esports, they have the high ground at this moment. But below them, ADDFRIEND, who will take this advantage? Now Ken goes down. You can see a lot of teams. Just look at the amount of players left. A lot of teams are like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But no one's eliminated just yet.
I have huge respect for Beta Sentinel now. We thought they were the first one! Never mind, ADDFRIEND! ADDFRIEND detonate exchange and Legazzi taking down on ADDFRIEND. But GE Janice is taking on APG. The fight for 9 though finally start to move here. Gotzi, you can do this. But he's not sure whether I want to go for my friend first or get the kill first. Do I have the points or do I get my friend? but he finally make up his mind. He's just gonna revive New, but now he doesn't have much time as his friend also need to budge as the Blues are closing in. He saw Noah. Can he hits? It didn't connect. Really last person surviving for the side of ADDFRIEND. He's trying to take cover as possible, but he's worried about the grenade being tossed multiple times.
At the same time, unfortunately, YANGON Galacticos will be the first team to go out from chicken dinner, from hero to zero, they call it. And now 9 will start to move in. ADDFRIEND, 2 of them active right in front of 9. Shots fired out. Can he get anyone? Yes, he can. Honda goes down, but there's Noah still alive. 1v1. Noah. He comes in on the left side, and Noah finally goes out. And now we're down to the top 13 teams.
Really new. Oh, the blue. I don't know if he got enough time to actually heal himself here. Oh boy, these Avians is out as well now. We thought it's better, but better stay actually ousted as well. But M4 too, being bridge camped by so many eyes. Big fam taking the high ground. Oh my god, this is just tough to watch. Every single person running from the blue is gonna be the Thanksgiving Day on the side of Miracle. It's just really so many people want him to shoot down on.
I know, right? That's like 3 eliminations here for Miracle. Managed to get one onto Pamburu. And look at Master Babe, he's still alive though. Still managed to get away. 4 rivals. Number 10, 4 eliminations for them. But Master Babe, oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Let's swap it. So
okay.
we can see what's happening.
Alright.
I do want to see that grenade just now. Did it hit or not? But back to it. AUTOTOOSOON QB fighting against Kizo. Now they need to make sure that they cover every angle possible, but they don't have enough men here. Only Kizo left. QB just gonna exchange it a favor. But it connects. It didn't connect. Miracle is on his knees here. He needs to actually pick his friend up. But there's so many nades being tossed across the other side. GEEK fam have all strutted out. Kids out down. Knight, what an angle.
What an angle there. And Snipes managed to get 4 eliminations so far. GEEK fam. Wow. They rotated from boot camp. Now they are in the high grounds. They're in the mountains of Camp Alpha. They're doing really well so far with their rotations. RRQ. Bounce out at 6th place, and now Dan moving the long range, putting pressure onto 9-9. But then again, now, ooh, okay. Two-sided with the car, I guess?
I can't even comprehend what's happening to 9. Because he's trying to move the vehicle, but he got stuck. The only way to go is reverse, and reverse all the way till you die. That's what happened to him. But that was nice, a denying point coming up from the side of 9 instead of giving it to his GEEK fam. But GEEK fam having the high grounds. And they keep on shooting. Haven't stopped. 11 elimination points by far. And they try to get 4 more. And nobody can actually bridge this. This is theirs to take. 3 more teams to go. With Eagle Esports, 1 more member left. And Orange, 1 more. 1 kids to go down. And that's only left with Pop.
There you go. So GEEK fam now, because they managed to hold on to the Camp Alpha Mountains, they'll be chicken dinner winners. Pop the last man standing, 1v3. He doesn't have any ground advantage whatsoever. Damroot now tossing out the nade, just tossing random nades into the smoke, but Damroot goes down. Snap!
Are you kidding me?
What? What? Oh my god! What did we just watch?
What's happening? Oh my god!
Oh
What
my
did
god!
I think it's trolling! Is this a troll coming up from GEEK fam? They had it in the bag! It was 3v1! It was 3v1 Snipes! Accidentally actually bombarded his own mate! QB jumped down by himself to suicide! What is happening?
What did we just watch? What did we just watch? What? Wait, what did we just watch? What? What just happened? It could have been that chicken dinner. It could have been a chicken dinner, but then again, what?
What's with the troll? My brain cannot comprehend this. They got the MVP, but the MVP was way long due. It was dead all the time for Damroot. On this level of Miracles, Knobs, and QB. And that was really something just jaw-dropping moment. They just lost it underneath their nose. That was a $200 chicken dinner. They just let it go.
I know, right? I mean, yeah, they will collect more points than Orange. Like, they got 12 eliminations and Orange got 2, but then again, but yeah, it's $200. It's $200.
That's all I can think of right now. I'm like, I cannot even think about this. They had it. It was 3v1, like 3v1.
I cannot comprehend this as well. I was like, there was a missed opportunity there. Like, there was some pocket money there. Regardless whether they need the points or not, there was $200 gone. My God.
I can't move on from that. I'm so sorry, but this is a head-to-head. You guys seeing it? Damn Root, he's been trying to do so much since the early phase and for to clear, but they got it in the back. Yes, they didn't get the chicken dinner. They got it the first place here based on the elimination points, but it was $200 that they left out in the open for Orange to take it away.
I know, right? It was $200. That's all I can say. So Orange got $200. You can't think about it. They were handed $200. It's like Geek Fam is like, yeah, I'm feeling like Papa Christmas right now. It's like, yeah, take $200. Get something nice for yourself. There you go.
It's Geek Fam all the way, but that ending is just... The ending is overshadowing their performance right now. I don't know how to say about this. It's like the ending was worse than their performance now. It's just what? We have nothing good to say despite their performance here. The performance were remarkable. The chemistry did well. They got themselves the momentum. But the ending, why did they have to finish off tragically?
You know, this tournament is just so interesting. It was like since yesterday, today, oh my God, it's just like all round. But let's not forget the overall stats here. 54 total eliminations, 10 of them succumbed themselves to the zone. 9,887 total kills, 53 knockouts, 83 total grenades, 2 airdrops looted, 5 headshots, 11 total saves, and Skynet with the longest elimination distance. Well, Geek Fam is number 2. Okay, fine. Take that. There you go.
Do you think they're actually trolling because they don't want the chicken, since you mentioned about the chicken the next match, which there's no more next match anyway, we'll actually lose it. I can't even how and why. You know what? We just leave it to the netizens and the mystery department to dissolve this, because I cannot think about this anymore. We need to move. We need to move on. We have right now Eagle Esport topping off the chart as the tie being pushed down. They're not playing. And Geek Fan climb up to second place. Infinity and FAZE still third and fourth, still the top 5. Genesis at 5th. We have 4 rivals, Malaysian team 6, and BONAFIDE at 10th. We're gonna just skip the others for now.
Yeah. We're just gonna skip there because what matters is, of course, the bottom 4 that we're talking about. So RRQ 54 points, Orange 53 points, M42 52 points. We have ADDFRIEND 51 points, YANGON GALACTICOS still safe 46 points. APG 44 points. Now the bottom 4 is FARANG SG 40 points, 9 40 points, Beta 31 points, and we have MGN, which is MUGEN, 24 points currently at the bottom spot.
Now, speaking of the team that actually tried to push themselves for the last day into the playoff for the top 16 here, I think the minimum amount of score they really need to secure themselves is actually 60. Is that safe enough to say it?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible around the 60. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, we still have day number 3 tomorrow. So make sure you check back with us for the last day. My name is Sir Cloud, together with Choo Choo. We'll be signing off for today and we'll see you tomorrow. Ta-ta!